Lamalera is a small village located on the island of Lembata, East Nusa Tenggara, Indonesia, known for its unique whale hunting tradition. This tradition is a part of the identity of the Lamalera community, who live in an area with limited natural resources. In this tradition, whale hunting is not only considered an economic activity, but also has deep spiritual, cultural, and social dimensions. Typically, the Lamalera community hunts whales known as sabai, while blue whales are never hunted. In addition to preserving the whales, they believe that their ancestors have a debt of gratitude to blue whales, as legend has it that the Lamalera community was once saved by a blue whale. Traditionally, the Lamalera community has a deep respect for nature. They use a traditional wooden boat called a peledang, made without metal nails. The boat is operated without an engine and relies solely on paddles and sails. Meanwhile, fishermen, locally known as Lamalera, use a wooden spear called a tempuling to catch whales. The spear has a sharp metal tip designed to penetrate the whale's skin. During the whale hunting process, the Lamalera stands at the bow or stern of the boat, ready with a tempuling. When a whale is spotted, he leaps from the boat, aiming the spear at the whale. This process is very thrilling, as the whale can resist or drag the boat out to sea. After a whale is successfully caught, the Lamalera community works together to bring it ashore. Then, they distribute the whale meat evenly among the community, following the Tobo tradition, a fair system of sharing the catch. The Lamalera community uses every part of the whale, from the meat for consumption, oil for medicinal purposes, or traditional lamp fuel, to bones are used as tools or sold. The Lamalera community is descended from the Tangguh sailors who arrived in South Sulawesi around 500 years ago. Their migration from South Sulawesi was caused by the conquest of the Sulawesi kingdom by the Majapahit Empire during the reign of Hayam Wuruk and Gajah Mada. This group became the forerunner of several clans or marga in Lamalera. As sailors, they are bound by a strong tradition of hunting and maritime exploration. They catch various types of fish, both for personal consumption and as a means of exchange. When they arrived in Lamalera, they built a kinship system and a fishing village that still exists today. They brought with them the traditions of their ancestors, which were later adapted into the whale hunting tradition, as whales are frequently found in the waters off the southern coast of Lembata Island. The tradition of whale hunting has been practiced since around the 17th century, or possibly as early as the 16th century. Whale hunting is not a regular occurrence, but rather an annual tradition that is eagerly anticipated. In Lamalera, there are around 15 clans that have this tradition, complete with traditional houses, boats, and whale hunting ropes known as tailio. The celebration of this tradition lasts for a considerable amount of time, so the Lamalera community refers to it as the whale hunting season or leva. The whale hunting tradition is initiated and concluded with various traditional ceremonies that strengthen its spiritual dimension. Before hunting whales, they perform the leva ritual, which is usually held in May. In this ritual, community leaders and members gather to pray to their ancestors and ask for safety and success in hunting. This ritual is believed to bring safety and success in hunting, as well as avoid misfortune or danger while hunting. After successfully catching a whale, the community holds a Thanksgiving ceremony by distributing their catch to the entire community. The whale meat is not sold commercially, but rather distributed according to the traditional sharing system called Tobo. Whale hunting is a tradition passed down from generation to generation. However, this hunting tradition has received much criticism from various parties, especially from animal lovers. This is because whales are a rare species. According to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, sperm whales are listed as vulnerable, which means their population is declining. The Lamalera tribe has also received criticism for not only catching sperm whales, but also catching spinner dolphins, bottlenose dolphins, killer whales, and several species of blackfish. Indonesia has designated whales and dolphins as protected animals and prohibited their capture. Despite the many criticisms and prohibitions, the Lamalera community continues to hunt whales because for them, whale hunting is an integral part of their culture and tradition that cannot be separated from their way of life. The Lamalera community believes that they are not reckless in catching whales. They only catch sperm whales, not all types of whales. In fact, it is a major taboo for them to catch blue whales. Additionally, it is also taboo for them to kill pregnant female sperm whales or whales that are in the process of mating. On the other hand, the International Whaling Commission defines whaling in Lamalera as traditional whaling, which is still allowed to be practiced. However, unlike countries where whaling is also practiced, Indonesia does not have regulations governing traditional whaling. For comparison, communities in Greenland, Siberia, Alaska, Canada, and the Faroe Islands have a tradition of traditional whaling for personal consumption, and the governments in these areas allow their citizens to continue this tradition. The Lamalera community practices whaling in a similar way to these countries. During the whale hunting season, the Lamalera community does not engage in large-scale catches because the whale meat is only for consumption or exchange for food. This activity stems from the need to survive in an area with barren land that is not suitable for farming. Therefore, the sea becomes a primary resource of the Lamalera community, providing whales, sharks, rays, and other marine species as a source of protein for the population. This condition is clearly very different from Japan, where they lifted its lifting of the 30-year moratorium on whaling. They lifted the ban on the grounds of meeting food needs. However, this reason is certainly not relevant, considering Japan is one of the most advanced countries in the world that is capable of meeting its protein needs and various other needs. Thus, the whale hunting tradition in Lamalera is a living example of the cultural diversity and traditions in Indonesia. Despite receiving attention and criticism from various parties, the Lamalera community remains committed to upholding this tradition as a part of their identity and cultural heritage. By understanding and appreciating traditions like this, we can better value the richness of Indonesian culture and recognize the importance of preserving this unique and valuable cultural heritage. The whale hunting tradition in Lamalera also shows that culture and traditions can evolve and thrive in different contexts. Despite differing opinions on ethics and environmental sustainability, the Lamalera community continues to practice this tradition in a way that they believe is right and in line with their ancestral values. In a broader context, the whale hunting tradition in Lamalera also reminds us of the importance of understanding and appreciating cultural differences and traditions among communities. By understanding and appreciating these differences, we can build more harmonious and respectful relationships between communities that are different from one another. Therefore, it is essential for us to continue preserving and promoting the richness of Indonesian culture, including unique traditions like whale hunting in Lamalera. By doing so, we can ensure that our cultural heritage remains alive and can be enjoyed by future generations.